My precious ones, stop. Do not move away from this moment. Do not allow the world pressing around you to pull your attention before you have heard what I have to say. I am not a passing voice in the noise of your day. I am not a distant presence that briefly catches your attention and then fades back into the background of your life. I am the one who formed you, the one who breathed life into you with purpose and care, the one who has been with you through every single season you have ever walked. And I am speaking to you now with a love that does not waver and in authority that does not fail. This is not a coincidence. I led you to this place. I slowed down the flow of your thoughts, just enough for your spirit to pick out my voice among all the other sounds that were trying to get your attention. What you're about to receive will let you receive the blessing you've been praying for. The one that felt close but always far away. The one you whispered about in the dark hours when no one else could. Here, now I need you to listen with more than just your mind. I need you to listen with your heart, with the soft, deep parts of your heart where truth stays. Not the carefully crafted version of you that you show the world, not the calm exterior that you put on when you need to look strong and unfazed. I know you, my beloved. I know the whole truth about you. Your name is known to me. I know the weight that has settled on your shoulders and won't go away. It's the kind of weight that follows you from morning to night, and even into your sleep at night. I remember the prayers you said at night. Those whispers were so soft that they were hard to understand, but they held all of your hope. I know how many times your heart asked, how much longer? I know the sighs you let out when another day went by, and still no answer. I know the brave face you put on for other people. But deep down you were wondering if what you were hoping for was really happening, or if you were just making up a story that was better than being sad. I have watched you wait, my beloved child, and I have never, ever turned my eyes away. Let me say this straight out, so that nothing gets lost or softened in the time we're apart. I haven't forgotten about you. I didn't skip over you. I have not heard your prayers because I chose not to, because I didn't care, or because I didn't connect with your needs in some way. My delay never meant I wasn't there. Being quiet was never a sign of rejection. When I didn't move when you thought I would, it was because I was doing something much more careful and important than you could see from where you were standing. Everything I have covered across this channel is now in one place. The prayers, the teachings, the daily blessings. It is all inside the Daily Miracle Manual. Link in the description. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site, you are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Haven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. I was looking out for you. You asked for some things that would have come too soon, that would have broken you instead of building you, and that would have added weight instead of freedom. I worked because there were blessings that needed a base in you, that wasn't fully there yet. Carefully and quietly, with a love that won't put something in front of the person it loves that will hurt them in the long run instead of helping them. If I didn't answer right away, you thought I said no. You thought the silence meant I had moved on without you. Most of the stories you told yourself about the delay were not good. But, my child, I was giving you a skill you didn't even know you needed. I was making the places stronger that would have to hold what I'm letting go of stronger. I was working on your heart so that the miracle wouldn't become a burden, but a real gift that you could handle with peace, wisdom, and gratitude. Every time we had to wait, it was a time to get ready, not for punishment, supervision, or neglect, but for holy, loving, deliberate preparation. Say, man, if you agree with this truth. Listen to me now, my love. It's not a soft suggestion that you whisper into the wind and hope someone hears. This is a divine message that has been spoken over your life, and the whole of heaven stands behind it. The time of year has changed. What was shut is now open. Things that were sealed are now moving. What was pressing against you with the weight of impossibility is giving way to my power. You were standing in front of the door that wouldn't open no matter how hard you knocked. Now, the door is fully open, not cracked or slightly ajar. And there is no longer a door between you and what I have in store for you. What makes the difference is your choice to go through it with faith instead of doubt. You can move toward this door if you think it's really open for you, like this message. If you sign up, this voice will continue to lead you through every new door that comes up. In the comments, type Amen. So God can see your yes. I can see how scared you are as you read these words. I can hear the small voice inside you that says, it sounds too good to be true. You're not ready, something bad is bound to happen, and this blessing might not be meant for someone with your background. That voice is not mine. Dear one, I'm not afraid to speak. It's not my business to cause confusion or give false hope that will soon be taken away. I don't whisper things to my kids that are meant to make them shy away from what I have set out for them. I talk about life, I tell the truth. As I speak at the perfect time that I alone can see from my vantage point. And I can tell you for sure that now is the exact moment you have been praying for. Not a hint of it, not a part of it, the thing itself. You have been good while we waited. That faithfulness wasn't hidden from me. It was never hard to see. I saw every tear you shed when no one else was around. I kept it close. I saw every time you chose to trust me, even though doubt was banging loudly and repeatedly on the door of your heart, and it moved me deeply. I kept track of every morning that you got up to try again, even though giving up would have been easier and more sensible. It showed how faithful you were. It wasn't a waste to have one sleepless night. No honest prayer went to the ground without being heard. I was writing down every word, every cry, and every quiet, brave act of trust. Then I was putting them all together into something that you will soon be able to clearly see. I'm now giving out the answer. Do not wait, my beloved child. Be careful not to let your doubt take away what is rightfully yours. Putting things off won't make you more ready. If you wait, the voice of fear will have more time and space to get louder than the voice of faith. People who listen to me are the ones who can move forward in life. When you walk in sync with me, the blessings that come with your name follow close behind you like a river seeking its own path. You don't have to know everything about what's going to happen before you move forward. I want you to trust the person who knows everything perfectly. You've been carrying this weight for too long. You have begun to doubt your worth for a long time. There were times when you were on the edge of your life and wondered if you deserved what you were hoping for, or if it was unreasonable to ask. I also want to give you a clear, final answer to that question. You have been chosen, my love. You are deeply loved and will always be loved. It is possible to see you more clearly and deeply than the human eye can. I'm not just aware that you exist in the same way that someone is aware of something on the edge of their field of vision. I have a stake in your growth. Your journey moves me. There is a kind of pride in me that doesn't depend on whether you succeed or fail, but is based on the truth of who I made you to be. That kind of pride doesn't change. It stays the same. There is no doubt about it. The complete guide, every daily prayer, every spiritual tool, everything I've put together to help you grow your faith is down in the description. It's called the Daily Miracle Manual. Now, stay right here with me because, as this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history, it is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. It's mine. It's not just something happening around you. That's the miracle I'm letting go of. You are going through something deep inside that makes you feel differently. People stopped seeing the hurt spots in your heart because they were too familiar to explain and too deep for anyone else to fully understand. I am healing those spots. I'm calming your mind so it doesn't keep going over what went wrong, what might go wrong, what you should have done differently, and what you might be able to do differently next time. I'm taking away the shame you've worn like a second skin, the weight of moments you wish you could undo, and the echo of other people's words that told you lies about your worth and your place in the world. My child, my grace is stronger than everything. Not a single part of it was different. Say, I get this. Listen to me now if your heart is open. If you want to live a better life, this is the moment for you. Not a moment in the future, when things are better, or a moment when everything is cleared up, all questions are answered, and all conditions are met. This moment, just the way it is, with all the things that are still not clear around you, all the questions that need answers, and all the uncertainty that can be seen in the distance. This is the time I've planned. Right here is where your loyalty and my perfect timing meet. You asked me to show proof that I was still there and getting work done. That's it. It was clear to you what the next step should be. It's mine to give you right now, through these words that lodge in your mind. On a deep and honest level, you asked yourself if I was still with you, and if something really was going to happen. I've never left, not even for a second. Before you believe what I'm already telling you in your heart, don't wait for one more visible confirmation. I'm not calling for the kind of faith that waits until all the proof is gathered before deciding if it is safe to trust. The faith I'm calling for is the kind that moves even though the hands are still shaking, that says, yes, before seeing the whole picture, and that trusts the character and faithfulness of the person inviting them more than the uncertainty of the situation. Come forward, my love. If the ground feels rough, I'll hold you steady. I already know what's going to happen before you do. I opened the doors that you were too weak to open on your own. I have lined up the people, the times, the meetings, and the chances that go with what I am now letting into your life. What's coming will not cause chaos, but peace. It will lead to growth that doesn't wear you out, but makes you happy. It will bring life to places that have been lifeless and dry for too long. I want to talk about the waiting now, my dear, because I don't want you to bring misunderstandings from that season into this one as hidden weight. I know what kind of tired you were. I know it's not the kind that gets better with sleep or a day of peace and quiet. Weariness sets in deep in the soul after hope has been pushed beyond what seems possible and endurance has been asked on one heart for a long time beyond what seems reasonable. It's the kind of exhaustion that comes from keeping yourself together every day. Telling yourself to be patient when you really wanted the answer right away, and acting normal and strong for other people while on the inside you were slowly falling apart. That was all something I saw, and I want you to know for sure that nothing you went through while you were waiting was hidden from me or out of my care. Some days you wondered if your prayers weren't strong enough, if your faith wasn't strong enough, or if there was something about you that kept you from easily receiving what other people around you seemed to receive. That wasn't true at all, my child. Not a word of it. The speed of the answer never showed how valuable you were. How quickly things changed around you never changed how much you were worth. I'm not going through life faster for some people because they think they deserve it or believe they are better. I move through each life with a purpose that is unique to that life and with wisdom that goes to depths that no human can ever reach. The waiting wasn't just a waste of time. You didn't know it, but you were standing on holy ground. While you were waiting, I was working in ways that you couldn't see. I was setting things up in a way that you couldn't control. I was getting rid of things that were in the way of your view. There were versions of what you asked for that came before your body was ready to hold them without breaking. I was protecting you from outcomes that would have hurt you instead of helped you. You prayed for blessings that, if they had come when you first asked for them, would have overwhelmed you instead of strengthened you. I'm not going to do that to you. You were shown mercy by having to wait, even though it didn't feel like mercy at the time. The waiting changed you in ways that can only be changed by sticking with something for a long time. There is a big difference between patience that has never been tested and patience that grows under long-term stress. Trust that lasts through long periods of silence without being explained is very different from trust that has only ever lived through times of clear movement and quick answers to prayer. The person who grows during the desert waiting season is exactly the person I need to carry what I'm putting out now. I wasn't holding you back as a punishment or because I thought you were not good enough. I was taking extra care to build you up. I was building up a depth in you that would make what comes next possible, meaningful, and long-lasting. During the wait, you learned things that you couldn't have learned any other way, faster, or in a more comfortable way. You found out where your heart really rested, and the signs of hope were taken away. You learned which fears you had to let go of before they could hold you down and pull you silently into each new season. Your understanding grew about the difference between what you wanted and what you needed to be whole. It taught you to share the whole, unfiltered truth of your heart with me, instead of just the okay version. To be close to you, my beloved, is worth every late night and early morning. It brought you closer to the person who made you and loves you the most. It made room for a relationship between us that is stronger and more honest than comfort alone could have made it. I know there were times when you felt like no one was paying attention to or interested in your life, and you wondered if it had quietly slipped to the edges of what mattered and what was important. I know what it's like to feel left out of a forward movement that seemed to be happening for everyone else, but while the world around you seemed to stand still. But, my love, I don't care about anything small about your life. You were never on the edges. You were in the middle of something I was carefully putting together, paying attention to details you couldn't see and goals you didn't fully understand yet. Every delay was a thread that was carefully woven into the bigger picture. The long, quiet seasons were all necessary for the bigger picture to be woven. When you finally see the whole picture, you'll be amazed at how nothing was wasted, not the hardest thing, not the longest wait, not the worst loss. Each and every part fits into the picture. Let go of the weight of that season, my child. You don't have to bring the sadness of the weight into the chance that's now there for you. This is a new time in your life, and you don't need to bring the anger of unanswered questions with you. You shouldn't let the cynicism you built up in hard times change how things are going to be. The old road did what it was meant to do. You are not on the same path you were on before. It shaped you and brought you here. I'm not taking you back to the past. As I lead you forward, you will reach my goal, and the path ahead is more clear than any you have previously traveled. You will walk it knowing without a doubt that I am with you the whole time, not because it is completely free of hard parts. Claire, if you think I'm walking with you, I trust you. Now, my dear child, I have to be honest about something that really matters to me because love requires it. Delaying has a price. It's not a punishment I give from the outside. It's a natural result that happens inside when my voice is heard clearly and doubt, instead of faith, is answered. You know how to pause, right? I know that as a way to protect yourself, you often say later, wait for more certainty, and make sure that your feelings are completely in line with your decision before you move forward. And I really understand how that pattern came to be. It grew in the places where you were hurt by moving too quickly in the past, where trust was given and then broken, and where hope was given with all sincerity and then dashed. I'm not ignoring what made you cautious. I'm just telling you from the place of love that knows you completely and wants only your wholeness. The protective pause that used to guard your heart is now blocking the blessing I have planned for you. When I speak clearly and you hear me, when you feel the clear stirring of recognition in your spirit, and then you decide to wait for something else before you respond, a different voice can speak. Like this message to show that you're ready to move as soon as you hear me, without waiting for more proof. Subscribe so that this voice can keep meeting you in the moment of clarity before doubt has a chance to speak. And type, I move in faith, in the comments so that the choice is made before fear can speak. When it's quiet after I speak, fear moves quickly. It changes how clear things were. It changes a simple invitation into a detailed risk assessment. Overthinking turns a clear calling into a complicated problem that needs more details before any responsible action can be taken. Then obedience, which seemed easy and natural in the first moment of clarity, becomes impossible to afford by the fifth. This is not meant to make you feel anxious. Why do I say this? Because I love you too much to let you get lost in that confusion when the clarity you need is right now. When everything makes sense and all the proof is in front of you, that doesn't mean you have faith. This very moment, when I've spoken and the situation hasn't yet shown that what I'm saying is true, faith is proven. You already know what I need from you. You can already feel the shaking. You can already feel the pressure that isn't stress but alignment pushing you to take the next step I've planned. That's not pressure that you should fight. That is my invitation for you to accept it with an open heart. Pick trust now, while your mind is still clear. Pick a way to answer me while your heart is still soft. I'm not going to force you. Love doesn't force, but love does invite you in a clear, personal, specific way, with the goal of seeing you fully walk into everything I have set before you. Now, my dear child, I want to talk about the miracle itself so that you don't miss it by only looking in the direction you thought it would come from. It's possible that the miracle that is coming to you now won't look exactly like the picture you made in your mind many years ago. It could come through a door you forgot you prayed would open. Before you see how it turns out, it might look smaller than what you were expecting. But then you'll see how it changes your life and understand why it couldn't have happened any other way. Do not limit what I am doing by expecting it to exactly match the picture you made while you were waiting. When you give me the freedom to work without the weight of expectation pressing down on every side of what I'm making, my dear, I always go above and beyond what you ask. What I'm letting go of brings healing to places where loss had taken hold and wouldn't let go. It makes things clearer when they were getting so confusing that you stopped expecting to be able to see out of them. In places where you felt stuck for so long, it brings movement where standing still felt like your permanent state. I am not just changing things around you. I'm renewing something that is at the heart of who you are. I'm replacing my hesitancy with courage, which doesn't need everything to be perfect before it acts. I'm replacing my fear with a peace that doesn't break down when things get tough. I'm replacing my doubt with a calm confidence that comes from knowing myself well, not from figuring out how likely it is that things will go well. I have also been getting the people you are about to meet ready, my child. I've been working in lives that you don't even know about, moving hearts, opening doors, and setting up situations that will make the next part of your story possible. These things will happen on their own, without your help. You won't have to work hard, push, or move around to get what's yours. When I get something ready for you, it feels natural, which is its own confirmation. When I align an encounter, you will know it because it will bring you peace instead of the usual worry of not knowing whether to keep pushing or let it go. What I've planned for you will come to you without the hard work that has worn you down in the past. If you want the full guide with every prayer and lesson I've compiled for this community, check the description for the Daily Miracle Manual. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit Out Community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. You will find gifts hidden along the way as you walk with me. Unplanned favors that show up without you having to do anything to get them. Beautiful moments that break up the everyday and remind you that I am close, that I am good, and that I am interested in the little things that happen in your life. Connecting with people who feed your spirit in ways you didn't even know you were hungry for until the food arrived, and you knew it was exactly what you needed. These things are not happening by chance. Before you even walked on the path, I put them there. They show that someone loved you enough to know what you needed before you did. Something that was planned before the prayer was said. You will find them if you keep walking forward. Now I want to talk about the seed, my dear, because going into a new season takes more than just intention and sincere desire. Before the harvest, there is always an act of trust. That moment when what you hold on to needs to be let go of before it can grow in the field of my provision. I'm not asking this as a deal between you and heaven, but I know that the heart must let go of the grip of earthly security, the fear that nothing else is coming, and hold on tight to what it has before it can truly open up to receive what I am pouring out as an act of worship and trust. Put some of your bread on the stone altar of this work as a weight. Your gift should be physical proof that you believe my supply is greater than your need and my faithfulness is greater than your fear. The iron gates will move when you let go of this part. I will return to you 10 times over what you put into my purpose, shook together and full of my faithfulness. I have something else I'd like to talk about with you, my love. Something I saw in the depths of your heart that you might not have been able to name clearly even to yourself, but I can see very clearly. In your heart, you wonder if you are truly known, not just acknowledged, not written down among those who have believed and prayed, but truly known deeply, completely, without any gaps. Being seen from afar and being understood from the inside are two very different things. Being recognized is one thing, but being loved without conditions is something else entirely. And in a world where relationships often have hidden expectations, where love is often based on performance and approval, and where love has to be earned and then kept over and over again, that question makes perfect sense. That being said, I want to take away your doubts right now with absolute and permanent certainty. My loved one, I know you, not just a summary of who you are or a reel of your best moments. The whole picture of who you are is clear to me. Every dark spot and bright spot, every struggle and every desire, every secret spot you've kept from other people, and every place you've worn yourself out trying to be enough. All of this was true before you even breathed your first breath, and nothing I've seen changes how much I love you since then. I haven't changed my mind about my commitment to your life after any new information came to light. It's not possible for me to give up on you when the work gets hard or progress is slow. You are my child, and that doesn't depend on how well you do in school or how consistent you are in your faith. This means the approval you've been looking for, the calm feeling that you are enough just the way you are, and the feeling that you belong completely and without any reservations. Get these things right away. Don't wait until you feel like you deserve them. They are already yours because I am you. You've had them forever. It was never true that you felt unworthy, but that hurt has affected a lot of the things you've done and done with other people. Because of this lack of certainty, the lie grew. I'm now replacing it with something that won't move, won't need to be fixed, and won't break down under stress. Your worth comes from me because I made you with a real reason. It doesn't come from anyone or anything else. Okay, state. I believe this will change your life if you accept it as true. Now, listen to me about fear. Not just the fears that come to the surface that you know about and name when they happen. I'm talking about the deeper fears that shape how you move through the world. These are the fears that have been with you for so long that you've started to think they are part of your personality, instead of realizing they are wounds that never fully healed. Fear that if you show too much hope, things will go badly and make you feel even worse. The worry that good things will only last a short time and break easily. Though you may believe in spiritual truths, when things are going well, you might still be the same person you were before the hard times changed you. Not quite enough. I'm taking down those fears in you, my beloved. I'm not working carefully around them. I'm taking them down at their base because they were never based on truth. And when my light shines directly into something that isn't based on truth, it falls down. Real-life events where real things broke made people afraid of being fragile. You learned to be afraid of loss when real things were taken away from you. Fear drew the wrong conclusion from those events, even though they were certainly real. It came to the conclusion that loss shapes the future, that things that break once will break again, and that hope is a burden, not a gift I gave you for a reason. As you become more awake, know that your help with this mission is very important. It's something God wants us to know. If you click on the link in the pinned comment, you can buy a coffee, make a donation, or join our community to support this work. That way, you join a plan to free souls that are still stuck in fog. Each seed grows into a light that fights the darkness. You will get watered if you water other people. I can see all the good things coming your way. I see the meetings that will make you believe in people and possibilities again. I can see the prayers that will be answered so precisely that you will know my hand was behind them right away and laugh with the happiness of someone who has been lost and found. I see the morning when you wake up and the weight in your chest is gone, replaced by the steady, quiet peace that only I can give. My dear, you were not made to brace yourself against life. You had to let it in. The life I planned for you isn't just about endurance. It's not a constant practice of getting through hard times and judging gratitude by how much worse things could have been. There is real happiness ahead of you. There is laughter that comes from a deep, troubled place. Walking in the middle of the reason I made you, and knowing that it's the right thing to do, gives you a certain kind of satisfaction. That's not too much to hope for. That's exactly what I had in mind when I made you. Let's walk into this new season together, hands open, rather than closed off to the good that's on the way. As your settled posture, let the expectation of good take the place of bracing for difficulty. Not the naivety of denying that hard times exist, but the sure peace that comes from knowing that no matter what the day brings, you are held by the one who holds everything, and your life is being worked out by a love you can fully trust. You shouldn't chase that feeling. You can stand on this truth. My child, stand firmly on it, and let it hold you tight when your own strength wanes, and the road seems longer than you thought it would be. My beloved, I want to talk about purpose now, because what I'm letting go of in your life isn't just bringing back what you lost. It's a speeding up of what was always meant to happen, the fullness of the design that is unique to you. One thing that makes you carry my image into the world is something that no one else can do. You have a unique contribution to make because of the life you've lived and the person you've become through it all, even the hard parts. That purpose is not meant to stay hidden, dormant, or put off until a better time. You have gifts that I put inside you that you probably thought were normal. They are things that come so naturally to you that you don't see them for what they are: unique and invaluable tools. There is nothing natural about the way you see things that other people in the same room miss. The way you help people through their hardest times without them even realizing it. or the way your presence makes them feel less alone. These are not just personality traits. These are plans. This is the exact part of my personality that I chose to put in you and no one else, so that people whose paths cross yours will experience something of me through meeting you. You can see a horizon in front of you that shows you everything I made you for. You're getting closer to it. Behind you, the road always went in a circle toward that horizon, even on the side roads that felt like going backward. Every delay that felt like a loss was actually a way to get to a level of understanding that you will need when you get there. You are not coming without anything or not being ready. You are coming with the kind of wisdom that can only come from having been through a lot and not given up. You have been shaped in the ways that matter by the experiences that were needed. My child, trust my assessment of your readiness more than your own sense of not being ready. I can see what you have become. It's plenty. Let me also talk about the people you will meet in this new season, my dear, because the connections you will make are not by chance. I have been working on hearts that will see what I put inside you. There are people whose paths are coming together with yours so that you can receive what you need and give what you carry. The time of waiting may have made you feel lonely, but that won't be the norm in your life forever. There was a season, and they come and go. The community that fits with who you are becoming is being put together, not because you are trying to find it or build it, but because I am faithfully putting together what belongs together. Like this message to let the people who are meant to be with you know you're ready to receive them. Follow this voice to keep being led to the right places, and write, I receive my people, in the comments for heaven to start meeting them. This coming season, you'll walk into places that feel right in a way that makes you think of what I promised. Hold on to that feeling. Let it prove what I'm saying right now. In this new season, my beloved, I also want to talk about the language you use inside your head. How you talk to yourself is more important than you may have thought. The voice that runs through your mind, the one that comments on every experience and makes sense of every outcome, has been shaped for too long by the voices of the waiting instead of the voice that I have spoken over you. You've spent too much time speaking the language of doubt and not being enough. This season, I'm going to teach you a new language. It's the language of the chosen and known, the language of the held and guided, and the language of the person who can move forward even when they can't see clearly because the one leading them is. Do some work on that language right now, my child. What I said over you should be the first thing you hear in the morning, before the rest of the world adds its thoughts. Listen to it before you go to sleep and when you wake up. Dear one, I want to talk to you about obedience now that the new season has begun. I don't want that word to mean performance or pressure. At this point in time, obedience just means saying yes before you're ready. That is, you should take the first clear step before you wait for all the others to become clear. That means saying the word I put in your heart before you stop shaking for good. It means giving up control of the outcome and putting it in my hands, even though you still want to hold on to it and make sure it goes well. You don't have to be perfect for any of that to work. There's no need to get rid of all your fears or answer all your questions first. Just choose right now that my voice is the one you will follow, that my character is the one you will put your faith in, and that my love is the one you will trust to carry what you can't carry yourself. Everything else in this new season starts with that one decision that was made honestly and without any doubts. It's not easy for this miracle to break, my beloved. It doesn't depend on how perfect you are, how consistent you are, or how well you can keep your faith without wavering. It's in my power, and my power doesn't change when you trip, falter, or take a step that needs to be fixed. I have the strength to finish what I start. As you move forward, I am wise enough to help you through each step. For the whole journey, even the parts where you temporarily lose sight of my hand and have to stop and trust again, I will be there for you. You don't have to see the whole road in front of you before you start walking. You only need to take the next step, which will become clear as you go. This is how I've always led. This is how our trips have always gone. One step of trust shows the next. Being faithful in the little things shows that moving on to the bigger things is the right thing to do. My beloved child, the peace that comes after each moment of surrender will show you that you need to surrender what comes next. Now, I want to talk to you about the life you are stepping into on the inside, the life that is going on below the surface of your problems. These past few years, your inner world has been full of fights instead of peace. There, the voices of fear and doubt were louder than the voice of my truth. It has played the record of failures more often than the record of what I have said over you. This will change. I'm giving your inner life the peace and clarity it was always meant to have in this new season. I'm turning down the noise of accusations and judgments that have been following you around for too many days. I'm switching out the static of anxiety for the steady sound of my presence. The quiet confidence that I am here, that I am working, and that I am for you in ways that can't be changed by events or other people's opinions. I care about your inner world, because it's where everything else flows from, as your inner life fits with what I know to be true about you. It will cause everything that flows from it to start to change. Everything starts on the inside, how you make choices, how you receive and give love, how you follow the call on your life. That's where I am focusing my attention the most this season. In this season, there will be a restoration that goes beyond the visible, and I want you to know about it so that you can see it and receive it when it comes. I am going to touch on some relationships that were hurt or lost. There are bonds that I thought could never be fixed, that I have not given up on. Talks that have the power to heal what has been broken have not yet been had. I'm not telling you this to give you a certain idea of what I might do that is different from what I actually do. This is what I'm telling you, because what I'm doing in your life is so much bigger than what you can see. I'm working on more than one thing at the same time. Both the things you can see and the things you can't see are real. Trust me with what you can see, and trust me just as much with what you can't see. I have both of them. Both are held with the same level of care and the same goal to bring you fully into the wholeness I planned for you from the start. Now that these words are almost over, my dear, I don't want what I've said to fade away when the normal stresses of life start to come back around you. I want these truths to become anchors in you, points you can always come back to when the questions come up again, when fear tries to put back together what I'm taking apart, or when a time of waiting makes you want to forget what I said over you right now. Remember the truth that you are fully known and fully chosen. Forgive me for being wrong about the time, and know that my love has never changed. Don't worry, I will see what I start in you through to the end with the same care and intention with which I started it. We haven't forgotten about you. You are not forgotten. You're not behind schedule. You are still eligible, even though you have done or not done something. I love you and care about you like a child. I watch over you with care that never sleeps, gets distracted, or turns its attention to something else. It's not like the miracle is coming slowly from far away. It is already here, in this meeting, and doing something to help your spirit change as these truths become part of who you are. Take it. Don't turn it down by saying that it can't be for someone with your history. It was made with the intention of being sent to someone just like you. It was made with a full understanding of who you are and what you've been through. The path ahead of you is clear, and I will always be with you on it. The love that is leading you will not be taken away or made conditional on how well you do. There is nothing you will face that I haven't already thought of, nothing that will surprise me or catch me off guard, and nothing that will make me break my promise to you. I'm going ahead of you to get ready for what's to come. I walk with you so that you never feel alone in it. If you're the steady back guard, I'll stand behind you. You are surrounded by a love that is active, present, personal, and fully committed to keeping all of its promises to you. This love covers every part of your journey. Now, move forward. Don't take a cautious, hesitant step like someone who isn't sure if the ground will hold, but take a steady, sure step like someone who knows that the hand that holds them will never let go, no matter what the path ahead looks like. The good news is here. The time of year has changed. The door is wide open. Everything is ready, and I will be with you every step of the way from now on. Not just the easy ones where faith comes naturally and the way forward is clear. I'm with you every step of the way, even the ones you don't know what to do, or when you have to move or speak before you're ready. I'm with you trusting before you fully understand. I will finish what I start and not leave you in the middle of any of them. Move forward. My beloved child, walk forward into the full, rich, and deeply meaningful life I always planned for the person I call my own. If you are ready to move forward, say, Amen. Don't miss this holy moment of your life's journey. There's a breakthrough waiting for you. To deepen your connection, use the special link in the pinned comment to join Archangel Michael's inner circle right away. You can do this by buying coffee, giving money, or joining our community. This is the only way to be sure you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are meant to improve and strengthen your life. It does mean a lot that you are here, paying attention and being energetic. Do it. Your plenty is waiting. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.